Library Department, DAVNIS, if any of you remember what that is, Addiction, Victim, and Mental Health Services, HHS, 14 years at OMB, and finishing up at DGS. And also, know many of you as a City of Rockville Council member.
Is Chuck Beard here?
No.
Christine Feinfeld?
Yes. Yes, Christine Feinfeld. I've spent over 15 years with the county, first as a contract worker, then working for a service center, and ended my 15 plus years working for Ride-On, Department of Transportation.
Thank you. Is Deborah Sneed here?
No.
Faye Mixon?
Yes, I'm here. My name is Faye Mixon, and I worked for the county for 32 years. I retired in 2008. I worked for the health department in the beginning, and then I spent my last 30 years in the Office of Human Rights. And I was the technology specialist for that department.
Thanks, Faye. DeMazzo.
Hi, I'm Irma DeMazzo, and I retired in 2008, and I worked for the old health department so many years ago, and wound up retiring from school health services in HHS.
Lillian Snyder.
I'm Lillian Snyder. I retired in 2012, and I worked for the Department of Public Libraries.
Margaret Nill.
I'm Margaret Nill, and I worked for the county 35 years. And when I retired from the council staff.
Michael Dennis.
Hello, I am Michael Dennis. I have 38 years of credited service. When I retired from Montgomery County, and I retired as the acting director of the Office of Human Rights. I'm also a graduate of Villanova University, and I'm rooting for the Villanova Wildcats in the Final Four. Go Wildcats!
Michael Fadden.
Hello, everyone. I'm Mike Fadden. I was with the council staff as a senior legislative attorney for 29 years plus, and retired about 7 years ago.
Is Rick Sullivan here?
I don't see him.
Okay, Suzanne Hudson.
I'm Suzanne Hudson, and I almost began my career in what was the first county executive's office, and sometime later, part of the Office of Management and Budget as a supervisor, and then into the health department and retiring as the acting health director and officer.
So that is our MCREA board. It's a pleasure to be with you once again for our annual meeting. Would you like me to make my remarks, or do you want to introduce the council first?
Thank you so much, Kathy. If it's okay with you, if my colleagues could introduce themselves, I'd deeply appreciate it. I'm going to start with the chair of our Government Operations Committee, Chair Navarro.
Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you, Mr. President. It was really great to be with you. I always enjoy our annual meeting, and I also really always enjoy your participation. You are always very active when it comes to issues that pertain to you as retirees, but also just in general issues that you believe are important to our community. And so I believe this would be my last luncheon with you all as a member of the Montgomery County Council. But I want to take this opportunity just to thank you so much for being so involved, so active, and doing so many things, especially what you did in terms of service to our county residents.
Thank you. I'm going to go how I see you all on my screen. So next up is Councilmember Katz.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Sidney Katz. I'm the district council member for District 3. And it certainly always is good to see and to hear from each of you. As I had difficulty unmuting, I'm now telling people we don't say hello anymore. The greeting is, you're on mute, or am I on mute? But anyhow, it's good being with everyone.
Thank you. And we're going to go Councilmember Friedson, followed by Council Vice President Glass, then Councilmember Hucker, and Councilmember Reamer, and then Councilmember Rice. Councilmember Friedson.
Yeah, thank you very much. It's really great to be with you, at least virtually. I look forward, as they say, I guess in scripture, next year in the 4th floor conference room. But look forward to being in person with each of you. Thanks for all of your advocacy today, your service for decades. And I'm the 3rd member of the Government Operations and Fiscal Policy Committee in particular, but also on the Planning, Housing, Economic Development Committee, and appreciate all of your efforts, your advocacy, and your service.
Thank you. Council Vice President Glass.
Good afternoon, everybody. I'm pleased that we're all here today. And when you all were doing your introductions, listing all the different agencies and departments where you've worked during your storied tenures, I couldn't help but think that you must all be so incredibly proud of our current employees who've kept us healthy and safe during the pandemic. And so I just want to say thank you for everything that you've done and extend my appreciation for all of our current employees doing this incredible work right now. So thank you.
Thank you. Councilmember Hucker, followed by Councilmember Reamer, then Councilmember Rice, and then Councilmember Joando. We're just doing introductions. Councilmember Hucker.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm really looking forward to discussion. I really look forward to this event every year. I always learn so much talking with you and reconnecting. Tom Hucker, I serve on the Public Safety Committee, and I chair our Transportation and Environment Committee. So thanks as always for all your service.
Thank you. Councilmember Reamer, mouthful.
All right. Hi, everyone. It's great to be with you today. Thanks for taking the time to meet with us and express concerns that you may have. Look forward to learning about what's on the agenda for your organization. And I would want to express my tremendous appreciation for the federal relief dollars that have flowed into this county. Very back of the envelope, probably somewhere approaching $1 billion over the last 2 years, saving us from making many difficult choices so far and protecting our critical priorities. And, we know that that's not going to, that is coming to an end. So we got a road ahead. But I'm so grateful for the fact that our conversation today is not as fraught as it would have been otherwise. Thank you.
Thank you. Councilmember Rice.
Well, thank you very much. And Councilmember Reamer teed it up for me when he's talking about coming to an end. Certainly my tenure on the council is coming to an end, as many of you have served this county, and your service has come to an end. It's surreal in the sense of looking back on the times that I've been able to work with so many of you, even in my role as council president back in 2014, working with many of you, and just really appreciate the continued passion that you continue to show in ensuring that we take care of those who oftentimes stepped up, as you've heard from so many of my colleagues, taking care of so many of our constituents in our community. Each and every one of you in your own individual roles did just that. So just really want to say thank you and show my appreciation for all of the great work that each of you have done, the dedication, and making sure that we then honor our commitment to you as retirees by ensuring that we can hold true to our commitments in taking care of our retirees. So thank you very much and look forward to the conversation today.
Thank you. And Councilmember Joando.
Thank you, Mr. President, and good to be with everybody today virtually. One of the many things that we've gotten used to over the last 2 years. I'm sure I wasn't alone in not knowing what Zoom was 2 years ago today. And here we are. It's like the air we breathe. A reminder of innovation and moving forward and all the work that you all have dedicated your life to as public servants to helping serve our residents. And now obviously in retirement, and I'm sure a lot of you, I know a lot of you just from looking who's on the call are not really retired. You're just retired from whatever government service, and that you're still helping the community. And so I'm honored to be among you and serve and to be part of your legacy and appreciate all the work that you've done past and present. So good to be with everybody. I'm Will Jawando. I'm an at-large member, and I serve on the Education Committee and Culture Committee and the Planning, Housing, Economic Development Committee. Good to see everybody.
Thank you. Kathy, I'll just make a couple of comments. As you see, we've got a unanimous outpouring here from my colleagues, and we're all on this call because of the deep respect we have for all of you. And as Council Vice President Glass noted, I think all of you would be proud of the tremendous legacy that's been carried forward by current county employees. And I talk about this often. December will mark my 16th anniversary in county government, and I've had a couple of different, perches and perspectives. But what has remained true through all of it is that the high bar that we set for the government here in Montgomery County is frankly because of all of you. And so we will do what we can to support you in your retirement in every way imaginable, not just directly through the policies we're going to talk about today, but to make sure that infrastructure, transportation, housing, quality of life issues, parks, recreation, libraries, all of this receives the support that it demands and deserves, so that we can maintain the high quality of life and standard, and that we all feel safe as we have for so many different generations here in our community. So thank you all. Kathy, I'll turn it over to you for the presentation, and then my colleagues will follow up with questions. And colleagues, text me if you have a comment or question that you'd like to make after the presentation. Kathy, over to you.
Thank you. Thank you so much for all those comments. We appreciate them. It is a pleasure to once again be with you for our annual meeting to update you on MCREA's activities, share with you our areas of progress and concern, and to also hear from you regarding any updates you wish to share with us regarding topics of mutual interest. MCREA appreciates the Council's support for county retirees. The Council has always recognized MCREA's value to the county, and you have listened to our concerns and feedback on a number of issues. Thank you. Internally, MCREA is taking an in-depth review of our organization. We have formed work groups on bylaws, committee structure, technology needs, communication, and board officer responsibilities. Like the County Council, MCREA recently recognized Linda Herman, who recently retired and is now a member of MCREA. If you could tell us about the replacement process, we would be interested. We are very proud of the excellent management of the employee retirement plans and acknowledge that Montgomery County is a model for other jurisdictions. We are confident this department will continue to thrive under new leadership. We have wonderful communication and a good working relationship with the ERP staff. There are two items that are of concern to the board and our membership. The first has to do with the 311 system that is in place. We have heard from many retirees that the system is not working as efficiently and effectively as it should. This causes delays in getting answers to various insurance and pension-related questions. Margaret Nill has taken the lead on this issue, and I will ask her at this time to briefly share what is being proposed to address these concerns. Margaret?
Yes, thank you, Kathy. As Kathy indicated, retirees have reported to us their difficulty in receiving responses to their inquiries. We met with Karen Bass earlier this month, Office of Human Resources, and she reported that she is considering setting up a new process for handling retiree inquiries. Once a month, on the same day each month, for example, on the first Thursday of the month, Karen will set up a Zoom meeting where retirees can join the meeting and then go into a breakout room with a member of the OHR staff to address the individual retirees' concerns. Once this is ready for implementation, we plan to publicize these meetings in the MCREA newsletter and on the MCREA website and Facebook page, and we will advise any retiree who contacts MCREA about the new process. We've also scheduled a meeting next week with Brian Roberts, MC 311 Program Director, to share retiree experiences and explore potentials for optimizing 311 service in the future. That's it. Thank you.
Secondly, as you are aware, the county executive has proposed in the FY23 budget a change to the OPEB funding policy from contributing to the Health Trust Fund to withdrawing funds from the trust fund, $20 million to pay for the county's portion of retiree group insurance premiums in FY23. MCREA has communicated with the county executive regarding this recommendation and our desire to see this policy rescinded. Barbara Gerard is our lead on this, and I will ask her to provide additional comments. Barbara.
Thank you, Kathy. Hello, everybody again. We know that you are aware of the policy and budget changes associated with OPEB in the CE's recommended budget, as Kathy mentioned. We too have reviewed the budget and are very concerned about this policy change from funding the full actuarial determined contribution to using the trust to pay a portion of the retiree health benefits. For FY23, that translates to an OPEB contribution of 0 and a deduction from the trust of $20 million. We are not aware of any discussion outside the executive branch, and certainly not with MCREA, about criteria for changing the policy. Last year, the health trust returns were significantly above average, but so far in FY22, the markets have produced an estimated return near 0. As you know, this has long-term implications for retiree benefits and/or for the need to replace market gains in the trust with additional taxpayer dollars. As Kathy mentioned, MCREA sent a message to the CE expressing our concerns and asking for the policy to be rescinded. MCREA plans to keep our members informed and ask them to join the board's advocacy for the benefits we were promised. As former employees, now retirees, our 7,000 plus members rely on our share of health insurance premiums and our benefits for them to be stable and to be fair. If our understanding is correct, policy changes of this nature must be approved by the council, and perhaps you can confirm this. In the past, you have asked council what you can do for retirees, and this is a case where we seek your assistance and a seat at the table. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Barbara. In closing, we look forward to future discussions with you on this topic, and we will testify at the operating budget public hearing on April the 20th. We are open to learning as much as we can about this change, but currently we are not in favor of it. We wish to acknowledge the council's upcoming expansion, and we will reach out and meet with the new members and key staff when appropriate. Again, we appreciate the council's continued support of MCREA and your time today, and we wish council members Navarro and Rice the best in your next endeavors. Thank you.
Thank you all so much. So I'll make a couple of general comments and then try to address some of the specific issues that you've raised, and then colleagues feel free to chime in on anything that you'd like to add. So far I have Councilmember Reamer in the queue. So just with regards to replacing Linda, which is of course going to be very difficult to do. She just did an absolutely outstanding job. Our understanding is that a search firm has been retained, as in the process of advertising and recruiting for that position. It's important enough that they felt there needed to be a national search, and our own Marlene Michelson, who is of course our executive director, is the official council liaison as part of that search process. And the county council will have an opportunity to weigh in after the executive has made his appointment recommendation, but will need to be confirmed by the council. So that is in process, and we've certainly let it be known this is a high priority position, and we're hoping that we will have a candidate sooner rather than later, but we are in process there. With regards to OPEB, and I believe it's $20 million that the county executive has proposed, I will let you know that there have already been a number of concerns expressed by our central staff and by several of my colleagues about that approach. And so it's one that we share some of your general concerns, and the council was not made aware specifically in advance that this was an action that the county executive was going to take. So we have many of our own questions about the justification for this and the ramifications of this moving forward. And so we will be coming into this with our eyes wide open and be ready to make adjustments as necessary, because at the end of the day, our priority is ensuring that we honor and recognize commitments that we've made to all of you. You have chosen public service as your professional careers and have performed magnificently. And it's important for us to recognize that, not just to support you, but to support current and future county employees, because it's become increasingly difficult to recruit people into the public service space. We are struggling right now mightily to fill vacant positions, and there's a great deal of competition for a myriad of positions. And as I'm sure you saw, the governor has actually lowered the standards for some of the state positions that now no longer require college education as a desperate attempt to fill vacancies that have been vacant for too long. So there's a lot riding on this, and I know that Councilmember Navarro has done an absolutely outstanding job throughout her tenure on the council, absolutely pushing for fiscal responsibility. And it's not a coincidence that even through the recession, we were able to maintain our AAA bond rating, and this council is committed to not going back and repeating some of the mistakes in the past. And so I'll just sort of leave it at that and let you know that we share the same concerns. With regards to 311, this has been, and again, I want to give Councilmember Navarro a lot of credit. She has been steadfast in pushing the 311 team to expand its services in a culturally competent way, but to also just generally expand its area of expertise and scope. I'm happy to hear that there has been some movement on addressing some of the specific needs you all have addressed, and I'm sure that we will commit to following through to ensure that those recommendations are acted upon, because the system is complex, as we all know, difficult to navigate, and that was precisely why 311 was created, to help navigate a very complex system, and it has to meet those needs. So I'll stop there and defer to colleagues who would like to speak as well. I'm actually going to start with Councilmember Navarro as Chair of Government and Operations Committee, and then go to Councilmember Councilmember Reamer, followed by Councilmember Friedson. Chair Navarro.
Thank you, Mr. President, and thank you so much for sharing those issues. They're very timely and very relevant. I just wanted to share that, the council did agree to do a review of our fiscal policies, and this was something I think that we did in 2019, because it's always good to take a step back and review what we have put in place. It has served us very well, as Council President just mentioned. We have been very steadfast in adhering to our fiscal policies. That has really helped us during some of the most difficult times, the recession, and now even the pandemic. The issue of OPEB is one that is very important. And, we had communicated with the executive that before any particular changes were made, especially something as significant as a fiscal policy change, that we needed to come together and we needed to collaborate, that this should not be done in an unilateral fashion. I mean, we actually went ahead and approved some funding for the council to be able to have our own actuary and to be able to figure out, what would be the best way forward before making any particular changes, right? And so, yes, it was a big surprise to all of us that this was included. And therefore, we will be steadfast in addressing this and in communicating with the executive. And we want to be very, very diligent and deliberate. There is no need to be making these kinds of changes without having the full picture and understanding what the impact would be. So I just wanted to share that because it was a real big concern to us when we received the budget proposal. I know Councilmember Friedson is also going to be meeting with the executive as a member of GO to go a little bit deeper into all of this. And so we will be, addressing this from all angles. Also appreciate the feedback on 311. Is definitely has been a journey with 311. No doubt that especially during the pandemic, we saw the stress that was placed on this service. But we were all of us, very, very, very vocal and active in making recommendations to respond to the needs during the pandemic. Yet, I think we also need to make sure that, not related to the pandemic, all these other pieces can be incorporated appropriately. And there are many innovative ways that can be done. I think the idea of having now placed 311, also with our Department of Technology was important because there is a very important fusion in there and a lot of innovative ways that we can look at the operation of it. So we will be tracking that, especially during budget. There was once upon a time, there was a budget process where literally the GO committee said, I think we're going to have to pull the funding from 311 and start from scratch. And that really caught everybody's attention and things were done. I don't think we're there, but we most definitely need to make sure we make continuous improvement a priority as well. So just wanted to share that from the GO perspective. And we'll be looking forward also to the process to replace the irreplaceable Linda Herman as well. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Chair Navarro. Councilmember Reamer, followed by Councilmember Friedson.
Thank you. Again, I just wanted to a note on the OPEB issue. As I mentioned, the county has received, I wish council staff could share the total number between MCPS and county government. I think it's approaching $1 billion. Our revenues are projected anyway to be up in this budget. I think in that environment, they're really, how do you justify expending from the OPEB fund? That's my concern. Where does it end once it starts? So I'm grateful that council staff has recommended that we pursue an actuary to work on these assumptions and make sure that we're all comfortable with them. And I think we need to do that. So I appreciate the GO committee will work that through the process. But the anticipated need from the retiree health fund is still down the road. It's not now. Now's the time to be saving everything for that rainy day. It's not raining yet. And so I just want to express my real concern about that budget recommendation, and we'll kick the tires there to see what we think of the justification for it. And, if it turns out not to be justified, then I think we'll need to restore those funds and ensure that they're there for the future. So any other comments from our guests would be welcome on that, but I just wanted to make that point.
Thank you so much, Councilmember Reamer. Councilmember Friedson, followed by Councilmember Hucker.
Thank you. First of all, thanks for raising this issue. It's really important, one that I think many of you know. I've been like a dog on a bone since I've joined the council. OPEB, to me, it's an obligation. It's not an option. It's not just about our commitment to you. It's about our commitment to our own fiscal policies, and appreciate Nancy, her leadership on these issues and really steering the ship for the GO committee. You're not alone. The council was not consulted at all either. I want to be very clear about that. The GO committee, which has been very much focused on the fiscal policies for the county, our chair helped write them in the depths of the recession with former county executive Ike Leggett and some of you, frankly. And it's troubling to change fiscal policy in the middle of a budget in a back room without any stakeholder input at all. I'm not aware of the Board of Trustees the pension fund having any opinion or stakeholder input either. I've spoken directly with the county executive and many members of the executive branch. I am, as Nancy mentioned, I'm going to be sitting down with the actuary that the executive branch has hired. There are a lot of questions of what assumptions we've made. If you look at the fund balance at the end of June 30th of last year, as a snapshot, things look a lot different than if you look at them currently. And not only the market and what the market has done over the last several months and some of the challenges that it has faced, but the bond yield curves are showing some troubling signs ahead. That's the whole reason why we have fiscal policies that smooth out how we view these issues so we don't make abrupt decisions in one moment in time. And so I'm very concerned about that. I know several colleagues are very concerned about that. Certainly the GO committee is going to be doing a deep dive into this. You heard Nancy mention that council staff has retained our own actuary, GRS, a highly respected actuary. Actually, many of us at the state level have worked with them. When I was at the College Savings Plans in Maryland and advising on the pension fund, GRS has done a lot of that work. But there are some major questions on what the assumptions have been, what the discount rate in terms of the percentage of the trust fund that we're expecting moving forward, what our anticipation is, and whether or not we've included the significant increase in county employees, in terms of the obligation that they create, and making sure that the trust fund is able to not only support you, but to support the future obligations, because we're making an obligation. Each and every new employee that we bring on is an obligation that we're making to them for their current wages, but also their future secure retirement and health care. And so we need to make sure that we honor that. So I also am hopeful that the Board of Trustees, the experts on this, weigh in. I share your enthusiasm for its fearless leader over these many years, not only respected in Montgomery County, but really across the state, throughout the country. It's one of the finest leaders of a public pension fund anywhere in the country. And certainly we'll be leaning on Linda in these conversations quite a bit as a member of your organization, along with Barbara and others. Certainly the new person to replace her is going to be extremely important as we move forward. But in the meantime, we have to make sure that we are honoring our commitments to you, and that we are consistent with our fiscal policies, and that we ensure that we have a budget process that is sustainable over time. And certainly I'm committed to that. I know the GO committee specifically is going to be committed to that. I know the whole council is going to be committed to that. And so I just wanted to reassure you that we are on it. Council staff is on it. We know many of you are on it, and we're looking forward to working with you together to make sure that we get answers to a lot of these questions and concerns that we have, to make sure that we follow through on the commitments that we've made to you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Councilmember Hucker, followed by Councilmember Rice.
Thanks so much, Council President. Thank you all for being here. I really enjoy this lunch. Yes, nice play, Councilmember Friedson, next year in the fourth floor hearing room. Absolutely. Nice Talmudic reference there. Anyway, I think everything's been said, but we have been, I think, all concerned about the cuts to OPEB. When we got the news that morning when we were getting the budget briefing, I could look around the room and see the surprise on everyone's face. None of us knew this was coming. And it was a little surreal to hear about them at a time of, as has been said, tremendous market instability and concern about the future. While we're happy with the amount of new revenue, the trajectory of new revenue that's been coming in from the state, from our taxpayers, that new revenue was getting spent on a whole lot of new positions in the county government. Some that are overdue and wise, and some that I would not have, some investments that I wouldn't, have made. So, the rate on OPEB just, to me, was poorly timed, doesn't make sense, and we'll all be working together to address it. And I'm very supportive of the idea of bringing on our own actuary as well, so we have the best data in front of us. Thank you.
Thank you. Councilmember Rice.
Yeah, so I just want to close where I started in saying that, look, we've always supported our retirees. The council has always stepped up to the plate, figured out how to make it work, and this will be no different. We understand our commitment to our employees who have served our community well, and so from that standpoint, we will work very hard to make sure that we continue that commitment moving into the future, which means the stability. And the reality is it's more than just county government. We're also talking about Montgomery College, MNC, PPC, and MCPS when we look at overall what it is that we're doing via the OPEB trust. So from that standpoint, look, this is a no-brainer on my end. It's going to require work with us figuring it out. But from the standpoint of where we all are, and you've heard from each of my colleagues, we all remain committed to the employees who are committed to our constituents. So thank you, guys.
Well, thank you all, colleagues. Well said. And I hope that provides some reassurance that we're with you, and we certainly acknowledge the concerns you've raised. And as is always the case, you all have a direct line to each of our respective offices. And we are happy to be helpful in any way that we can. And so if you have any challenges, please feel free to reach out to me as council president. And if you'd like to meet with us individually, you certainly have that ability as well. But thank you so much for convening this meeting today. We do hope we can do it in person next year. I'm hoping to be back to be able to do it in person next year. But thank you all so much. This has been a really helpful and productive session. Kathy, last word?
I think Margaret's trying to say something.
Oh, sorry about that. Margaret, go ahead.
Unmute yourself.
I just want to say to the 3 retiring council members, Nancy, Hans, and Craig, we will welcome you to join our organization. We currently have 2 past council members as members of our organization. So I just wanted to highlight that for you.
That's a good point.
Let's talk a little later.
Yes. I know where to reach you.
Yeah.
Thank you all. We appreciate your comments. I know that there's a little sigh of relief, a collective sigh of relief that we have so much support going forward to further look at this OPEB issue. And again, we'll give you a little bit of time to go take your break before you start up again for your next meeting. Thank you so much.
Thank you all. God bless. Take care.
Thank you all very much. Take care.
Thank
Bye-bye.
you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Thank you very much.
Bye-bye.